finale. So let's get into this episode, shan't we?
It's a homecoming.
Oh, here we go. Saturday Night Main Event opening. More than Saturday Night Main Event had their opening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tony's like, I'm going to meet Mariah for the first time. It's Tony time. She thumbs up. She's very excited. Mariah just laughs. She doesn't. She's like, she doesn't. The funny thing, though, Faust, is I think she gives up the fucking Iggy about this. And I think she has been doing it for weeks. Where hasn't she said nobody's buying this act? I swear she has said this.
I don't even remember, but
I
probably
swear
it doesn't surprise me.
And I'm
she's
like,
kind of like, whatever.
Yes. And she's like, oh, I don't buy it or something. And I'm like, why would you say that if this is maybe I'm fucking dreaming it, but whatever.
It's funny because Christian says, I'm so confident that my son Nick is going to beat Joe tonight that I'm going to let him speak. And then Nick speaks, and I'm like, okay, this is why he doesn't speak.
The kid could do well in the there is a few people I see obviously in AEW that I would say let's get them in the performance center. Someone is on Dynamite, and I think the same exact thing where I go, I see some potential. I see where that performance center would work fucking miracles for them. So it's shit like that. Samoan Joe says, I'm going to make the son suffer for the sins of his father, which is a good line.
Right.
So now we start off this show with Joe and Nick, Faust. The patriarchy surround the ring. So then the Breadman and fucking Hook have to fucking show up, and they have to surround. Other than a muscle buster of a win, Faust, I mean, he's done filming, so he's back.
Yeah.
I keep wondering, would he go back if Trips offers him? Because when he left, there was no Trips. And I think people now go, well, now I would think I have a better shot at doing something. Like, I think he was more of a Triple H guy, too.
Right.
Like, as I know Malachi was.
Exactly.
And so you go, all right, I'm going now. And maybe I have a fucking chance. But is it someone like, I always think of Gail Kim. But that was when Vince was at all times, right?
Yeah.
Because every time she came, it became a disaster. It was like, I always thought she was like, maybe this time. And then go, right. God damn it. Again.
She's so good in TNA. How come she can't do anything in WWE? It's so weird.
She's doing topless phone ads in Korea. I don't know what.
That was the best.
Yeah. I'm like, what does this have to do with a phone ad? Here's my info.
So we're in Jacksonville at Daly's place, right? So the last time they were here, is that when Perry and the Bucks killed Tony before the draft?
It had to be.
I think so, right?
Yes.
So okay. Oh, and by the way, since we're in Jacksonville,
when's going to pay off?
Still waiting. Oh, by the way, we had JR on commentary. I think he lives in Jacksonville, so that's probably why he's there.
I started thinking that too, because I said, of all things, and I go, well, it is Florida. You're an older. You go, fuck this fucking Oklahoma snow.
Oklahoma. Right. Yeah. By the way, then
so much with that city, or whatever the state. I don't know that you're fucking leaving. You go, this is where I live. I'm born and raised in the Midwest. It's not like you go, I'm not used to this weather. It's fucking 28 years worth of it. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah. As Nigel says, it's 45 degrees because they're outside.
How is it 45 in fucking Jacksonville? Even at midnight it's 45. I mean, that's pretty cold. It's fucking not fucking warm. I get all the women wearing padded shit because it's that cold outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my next note. They show fans and it looks cold. And then it's funny because they say, oh, well, Dynamite's going to be in Huntsville on Wednesday, and JR has to give a shout out to Conrad because it's
Connie.
Great fan.
All of them from the Double J's like, hey, I know him too. Review of last Wednesday with Omega and Anthony Michael Offspray. I fucking do. The more I examine that fucking whole thing, the more problems there are where I go, I'm tired of crucifying these people to the fucking wall. And fucking Kenny apologizes afterwards.
After he said, I never trust you.
2 minutes ago. The guy tried to fucking kill him. You know what? I should be the one apologizing to you. What? 2 minutes ago. It's the same as we yelled about Cody being friend. You go, what are you doing? And then we go fuck himself after all that. And Rock, you're gonna be friends with me now too, Rock? Fuck off.
Beat the shit out of me with your belt.
You talking about my mama? My mother? Fuck you.
You know.
Faust, people in the front row, I didn't know what year it was. They're wearing masks.
Oh, I
They're not a
know.
phantom mask, but they're wearing
It's like,
fucking. They're worried about COVID, and it's always the fucking blue hairs. It's
Mhm.
always the fucking social justice warrior. You know them when you see them. It's the fucking poster child of a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Fat neck beard. The hair unkept and long. It's always, and maybe there's extra piercings. It's always something. Could draw a fucking picture. The AI, give me a wrestling fan. Uh, that's what we need AI for.
I'm
The
gonna go
Drain
on.
Maker,
Let's see what happens if I do that.
the Breakfast Championship versus Redskin, the ROH TV champion.
Mhm. I completely forgot. Yeah. Did he
The
have the
Drain,
belt?
yes.
Hmm.
The Drain Maker wins, and I go, and new TV. Oh, no, he doesn't win the championship first.
What, 2 weeks in a row we've seen him lose.
Every time we see Redskin, he fucking loses. And he's the champion over there of some sort. Shakes hands afterwards. And for a second, you think he actually only shakes hands because you go, okay, when is he leveling him, obviously?
Right.
And then he doesn't, and he lets him go. And as soon as he turns back, he levels him and beats the fuck out of him. And it's the same shtick with the flipping off. We see this enough. Parking lot brawl, Faust, with Bill Hobbs.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny because first we see they show the recap from, was it last week when Shea Taylor beat up the Kingdom by himself, and somehow tonight that's leading to a match.
Yes, I'm glad they
between
showed
the
that.
Kingdom and 2.0 and Garcia, huh? Yeah. So it's funny because it cuts to Hobbs and he's just waiting, and he just takes a step to the side. All of a sudden, a brick goes flying of where he was just standing.
Like, okay, yeah, they beat the fuck out of each other, all that kind of shit. I laugh because it's find me in the parking lot, and then Bill's like, oh fuck, he's in the parking lot. Like, oh, I didn't know.
As Bill has one of his fists taped up, and he's wearing a backpack, like he just arrived to the arena, or he just
He's
got
the
out.
backpack guy who dances. That kid that danced, the backpack kid, whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
And then Hobbs just starts wearing him out with like metal trays because like the catering area was back there or something.
Catering's outside.
Yeah, and then Hobbs rips the gate off the hinges
The
and
gates.
throws it at him. The gates, they're missing.
That Hobbs was ripping the gates off. Hobbs stole the gates.
Then security decides to come over and break it up.
All right, Faust, my favorite part of the show, where I called you or texted you and said, fuck me sideways. It's Costco George and Injustice. And we get a display of acting by Injustice that'll make the Pope fucking weep, Faust. Because they go, the energy here is infectious. And he's like this. Fucking wow. Yeah. Fucking, I'm just like, is this rehearsed? Is this taped ahead of time? Because if it is, it's how dare you release this if this is taped? And he's just trying to, it's a kid they're trying to fight. How much is this kid making, Faust?
I don't know.
What could this contract?
Probably enough to pay for those braces he has now.
Fuck.
Maybe he went to go see Britt Baker to get braces. I don't know.
I'm annoyed by
McDonald's.
I'm annoyed by all of them. Like, I'm annoyed by so many of levels of it. Like him getting out there and them. I picture how they're telling him to say things and what he's doing, and none of them have an issue with, listen, maybe don't do it this way. Like, they just go, fuck it. And the always with the fucking smile after all they fucking do.
Same thing every time too. It's the same lines. Boom.
Yeah, the smile. And because they do it, then they go, like, look, we're gracious and nice and fucking politicians. You're like, I am so disappointed in the fans. I am so disappointed that they are not like fucking like ECW would have Kane Dewey out there with this fucking kid.
Right.
Kane Injustice. Kingdom shows up. He says, we know what you want to do. You want to do it? Let's do it. You want to do it? And I'm like, oh, fuck. And they all have to boom together. One does the fist, one does the thumb to the fucking.